A little over a year ago, I lost my spouse.
I lost my spouse.
A love
A love
story,
story,
marriage,
marriage,
relationship
relationship.
that spanned decades. Join us as we explore love, the journey of losing a spouse, and the process of finding ourselves. This is
The
the Widowhood
widowhood
Story.
story. Thank you for joining us here at the Widowhood Story. If you like what you hear, please press the like button and share with a friend. Also, press the subscribe button so when every time a new podcast come out, you can be notified. Today we have our guest here, and we want to try to tell you. She will tell you all about who she is and tell you her story. So thank you for joining us. Yeah.
My name is Reverend Marlene Jones Taylor, and I am a widow. And I'm a widow since May of 25. Um, my husband, I didn't realize how much I would miss my husband until he died. They say you don't miss the water till the wells run dry.
Mm-hmm.
And my well went dry on the 19th of May. He was a very genteel man. Uh, he was the kind of man who did the laundry and did the cooking. And I didn't realize how much he did until after he was gone. But um,
Where did you guys meet?
we met online.
Mm. And they think that's just for the young people, right? Good for
They think that's
you. Good for you.
they think that's for the young people.
Mm.
I'm 82 years old,
Mm.
and he
Wow.
was 5 years younger than I, and we've been married 10 years.
Is that a cougar? No, I'm just kidding.
That's what my girlfriends call me. They said a cougar. Harold was a very handsome man, and they said a candy cougar. That's what they used to call me.
All right. You got the candy, huh? Okay. Mm. So you guys met online, you say, and then how long were you guys dating or whatever before you guys actually got married?
Well, he we met online. I wasn't looking for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw something that I wrote to somebody else. He read something that I wrote to somebody else.
To another guy?
No,
Oh, okay.
to a lady.
Oh, okay.
And he was impressed with my writing, but he also said that he was impressed because I seemed to write from my heart,
Mhm.
and he wanted to get to know me.
Wow.
So I don't know the terms for it, but anyway, he found me on Facebook, and he started writing to me, and I started writing to him. And finally I said, why are we doing all this writing? Why don't we just talk on the phone?
Okay.
So
Don't forget that out the middleman,
just
right?
cut,
Yeah.
just cut it.
Yeah.
So we did,
Hmm.
and within 6 months he lived in Seattle,
Oh, wow. And you were in
and I was
California.
in California,
Mm.
and in Castro Valley, actually in California.
Hmm.
Um, and flew out here, and he was very nice and very cordial, and I had friends over to meet him.
He was really checking him out, making sure he was good
They
enough,
were
right?
checking the boxes,
Checking the boxes, right? Oh, good for you.
and they loved him.
Really?
They loved him.
He was quite the impressive guy, huh?
He was quite impressive,
Oh, wow. You say
and
they loved him. What about you? Did you love him then, or you just kind of came later?
I was impressed with him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um, he was articulate, and he knew the Lord.
That's good. Yeah.
Um, his family, his nephew was an Episcopalian priest.
Oh.
Um, and his cousins um, were very religious. And the interesting thing about it is he was the third child of five, and all of them had died
Um,
except him. And he used to say to me, I just find it amazing that I'm still here.
mm,
And I said, well, God has a plan for
yeah.
you.
He had one last stop to make before you take him
He
home.
had one last stop
Yeah.
before he took him home. And I have a cousin who lives in Seattle. He's he used to be the director of music at oh, I can't remember the high school. But uh I asked him if he knew him because my cousin knew everybody in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin said, yes, I did a gig and he was there, and he was extremely nice. So he was extremely nice. And then finally he asked me to marry him.
Mm.
And I said yes. So that's what happened.
Mm. So between the time you first met him and the time you said I do, what was the space between that and that?
Uh, it was about a year and a half.
Okay, so it was a good time, a long
So
time.
it was a good
Yeah.
long time that we
Mm.
had an opportunity to get to know each other.
Mm. And so how did you guys decide to move here versus you moved there? Were you like more established, or what was the
I
decision?
was more established
Mm-hmm.
here than he was. And he had uh, children, and they were not on good terms.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a new start for him. And it was interesting because I prayed and asked God to direct me
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't know this man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
So I just asked God to direct me and to show me. And my cousin in Seattle said, you know, how nice he was. And um, so that was that.
So it's good you kind of had someone in Seattle who could kind of do a little background and who can see him in his own location where you can see what kind of guy he is, not just in trying to impress you in front of you, but who is
Right.
he when nobody's around.
Right.
That's good you had
And
that.
he was in the hospitality business.
Oh wow.
And he was I don't know what they call him anymore. But anyway, he was the director of the Western um, Western hotels
Mm-hmm.
for California.
Okay.
So he, Clarence, my cousin, knew him not well, but well enough to know that he
Mm-hmm.
was a
Mm-hmm.
good guy.
Wow. So he moved out this way, and then you guys, after you said I do, then you guys were married here in California.
We were married in California.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we were married by one of my professors from the seminary.
Oh, so you were in the seminary at the time.
I had graduated.
Oh, you had already graduated. Okay.
Yeah, I graduated 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, so you said he saw one of your writings. Is your writing was just in general, just something
It
you
was
wrote?
just in general.
Okay, on Facebook.
It was just in general on
Oh,
Facebook.
wow. So one of your professors married you from the seminary.
So I called her and I first called J. Alfred because J. Alfred Smith was my mentor,
Mm-hmm.
and he couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
He had a previous occasion to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I called another one of my professors, and she was thrilled. And she came out from Berkeley, and she married us.
So it sounds like you got some pretty good contacts, too, connections, huh? Like what were you doing when you met him? Because it sounded like you were pretty established and had some stuff going on with your own life.
I was fairly established. It was interesting because I know this is nothing but God.
Mm,
Um, I was raised a Roman Catholic.
okay,
I was
Catholic.
born in the Catholic Church.
Oh, nice. Wow. So you got Louisiana roots, huh?
Those Louisiana roots run deep
Mm,
and long. And I was very much involved in the Catholic Church. I
hmm.
was on the Bishop's Advisory Board,
Oh, wow.
uh, and met with the Pope.
The real Pope?
Yeah, John the Second.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where were you guys at in Louisiana or somewhere else? What?
No, everything was, by this time I had moved to Castro Valley.
Okay. And you met the Pope.
And the Pope called the bishop or the whoever calls for the Pope, because the Pope doesn't call, and asked for um, an innovative Catholic, uh, and he recommended me.
Mm,
So they sent an I-5, I call it an I-5 team to my house
hmm.
with cameras and
Uh-huh.
lights
Yeah.
and and they taped uh they taped what how was I should back up. I started a group for Black divorced and separated Catholics because, as you know, there was a time when Catholics could not remarry
Yeah. If they got
if
divorced.
they got divorced,
Mm.
and being the
I saw that look on your face, like, like I saw the look. I saw like you're not the boss of me.
I mean, that's a rule. A
Yeah.
rule was
Yeah.
created by man and
Mm-hmm.
not by God.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't pay it any attention.
Okay.
So,
Okay. We got a lightweight celebrity and a rebellious celebrity. She revolt. Okay.
I paid it no attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the last thing I said when in closing was there were two things that the church could not take away from me. And that was my blackness and my church.
Look at you. Mm-hmm.
So the Pope came to New Orleans and met with the bishop sent me to New Orleans to meet with
With
the
the
Pope.
Pope. Wow.
And
So you were in California, but they flew you to Louisiana to meet with the, okay.
they flew me to New Orleans to meet with the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with um, three other priests and two nuns. And I'm laughing because I had a handful of books, junk that they give out,
Uh-huh.
at different seminars and
You said
things.
books and junk.
And I said, I noticed the one of the priests who was with me said, "Well, have you met the Pope?" I said, "No, I've never met the Pope." So he said, "Well, why don't you go on up there and meet the Pope?" Well, interestingly enough, I had all this stuff in my hands. I said, "Now I've got all this stuff in my hands. I'm not going to bother with that." He said, "I'll hold it. You go, you meet the Pope."
Mm.
I went to meet with the Pope, and the Pope was meeting people as they come around.
That a long line?
Yes.
Mm.
And when he saw me, he obviously remembered what I said about man taking my church away.
So you had vocalized that somewhere. You had said that out loud.
I had said there are two things a man can't take away from me. They can't take my blackness away, and they can't take my church away.
Okay.
God gave me my church.
And so was that in conjunction because being divorced, that's what they try to make a big deal and not have you in? Is that why that statement was made for you? You say they can't take my church away. Did it feel like they was trying to?
Well, no. Years ago, if you were divorced, you were excommunicated from the church.
Oh, okay. Mm.
And I wasn't going to be excommunicated.
No. You leave, you're gonna leave because you want to leave.
If I
Nobody can
leave,
tell you, huh?
I'm going to leave because I choose to leave,
Okay.
not because Joe Schmo or Bishop somebody or the Pope says, no, this is a rule.
Okay.
Rules were made by man were, and they were made to be broken.
Absolutely.
So that was that was how I met him. When I met him, I was standing behind two cardinals.
Oh.
One cardinal was from Mississippi. I never will forget it. And he looked at me and he said, "Have you ever met the Pope?" And I said, "No, I've never met the Pope." He said, "Well, why don't you stand where I'm standing? And uh, you can get a first-hand view of the Pope." So I said, "Okay," because I didn't have anything in my hands and I didn't have any excuse. So I went, and when the Pope saw me, he put his hands in my face
Mm-hmm.
and he blessed me.
Oh, wow. Wow. How did you feel? You remember?
I felt the weight of the world was taken away.
Good. That's probably what he wanted you to feel like at ease, huh? Probably.
As if what I had said when I said, You can't take my church away from
Hmm.
me," he understood.
Yeah. Like it mattered what you said, huh?
Exactly.
Mm.
But I was woman enough to say it.
Yeah. And that took a lot of courage. I don't know how many years ago that was, but even today, it takes a lot of courage to take a stance like that.
And I took that stance.
Mm.
And it the group, I started a group, I think said before, um, for Black divorced and separated Catholics. And it went nationwide.
Black voices separated Catholic.
Black divorced
Yeah. Black divorced
and
separated.
separated
Oh,
Catholics.
wow. Mm.
And people would call me, they call me from all over the country asking me questions about how I could do such a thing,
I bet, yeah.
and how they felt that way, but they didn't have the nerve to say it, and they went to other churches. I
So they
said
just left the church
they just,
rather than fighting. Oh,
rather than fighting,
yeah.
and interestingly enough, I didn't feel like I was fighting. I felt very calm,
Hmm.
very relaxed. Um, I just felt like it was something that needed to be said.
For such a time as that, you were the one chosen to say it. Isn't that something?
Yes,
Wow. And did you see where it did make some differences? Did it become, did things get changed?
things did change.
Mhm.
Three of the couples who joined the group ended up getting married.
Okay.
We went on trips. We'd have meetings once a month, and we'd all go to mass. And after mass, we would go out to lunch and then have a meeting
Hmm.
afterwards. And it was an interesting experience
Hmm.
to watch people who actually felt free.
Mm. Yeah. And so you said three of the couples that was in the group ended up getting married. So they ended up getting married like a second time, like they were divorced.
They were
Oh,
divorced
wow.
and they got married a
Hmm.
second time, and they were married by a Catholic priest.
Oh, so they recognized them totally in the
So they
church.
were
Yeah.
recognized.
Now, did you remarry when you were while you were in the Catholic Church?
I remarried while I was in the Catholic Church, yes.
Okay. Then had no problem with that.
And I didn't even give it a second thought.
And the priest married you?
And I was married by a Baptist preacher.
Oh, were you out of the Catholic Church? You just didn't.
No, uh, my professor married us, and she was a Baptist minister. And that was fine with me. It's just repeating the words
Yeah.
of the Bible.
Absolutely. Because what you can do is in your heart, you and him making the choices, right?
Absolutely.
It's not like what I'm telling you to say, it's what you're gonna do in your heart. You know that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, no, I was married by a Baptist minister, a female Baptist minister.
Mm.
Um, and and it worked out fine. I mean, we had a nice little wedding at the Japanese garden.
Oh, in San Jose,
No, in Hayward.
in Hayward. Okay. So at some point you must have left the Catholic Church, but I don't know. It did at some point you did, right? I don't know.
I didn't leave.
You didn't leave. But you're not still there.
but I'm not there now because I
Okay.
choose not to be there.
Okay, so you left when you did at some point leave, but when you wanted to
Right.
leave. Okay.
Um, when I was younger, I went to a Baptist church with my son, and I liked it. I liked the music, I liked the
Hmm.
preaching, I liked it, and I kept going back, and I'd go to mass, and then I'd go to the Baptist church.
Okay.
And we were both baptized in the Baptist church
You and
because
your son together?
my son and I
Mm,
together.
okay.
Um, we were baptized, and my son gave up the church completely. They called me the Bap Catholic
The Bab Cap. The Bab Cap. Really? Because you're still holding on to some of
because
that?
I still hold on to
Hmm.
some of the teachings of the Catholic Church.
So, some of the things I would normally talk about, like traditional things that may have changed or things that may have changed with you. That's probably cold. You want them to heat it because it's
No,
not.
this is so.
You sure? Because we could heat it.
Mm-mm.
All right. But since yours is so fresh, I was gonna say, how have you gone through some of the holidays? But have you done any of the holidays since he passed? I think you've done Thanksgiving, right?
Um, I did Thanksgiving, first Thanksgiving without my husband, and I have two sisters living
Hmm.
now, and they were very cognizant of the fact that this was the first Thanksgiving
Hmm.
with because Harold used to bake the ham.
Okay. He was the cook for the
He,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, and they didn't have a ham.
Mm. Oh, they didn't have it because he didn't bake. He wasn't bake. Okay.
They didn't have a ham. And I knew I was cognizant of the fact that they were very cautious about what they said and how they said it. And
Hmm.
um,
So they were being very sensitive to what you was going through.
they were
So,
being very sensitive to what
hmm.
I was going through.
Hmm.
And it was difficult.
Hmm. Not bad.
It was very difficult. I often wonder how Christmas is going to be, but I'm sort of preparing myself.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. And go with whatever. If it gets heavy, you allow yourself to grieve. If you can find a place to enjoy yourself. Either way, whatever your body or whatever your mind feels like, allow yourself to feel whatever that
Exactly.
is.
And the interesting thing is you can be around a group of people and everybody's laughing and talking and you're laughing with them, but you're sad inside.
Yeah, absolutely. And so there was a space we talked about being alone versus being lonely. And I think kind of I'm going to go into this right now because it's kind of just define what you're saying. I'm with a group of people and they're laughing and having fun, but inside I'm feeling some kind of way. So what do you think about those two, being alone versus being lonely? How are you feeling about those?
Well, you can be alone and be by yourself,
Hmm.
or you can be lonely with somebody.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
You know, you can sit in the middle of a room with 50
Yeah.
people and still be very lonely.
Hmm. And you've experienced some of
And
that, right?
I'm
Yeah.
experiencing that.
And I've shared with the other women, again, my alone, I feel more alone than lonely because when I come home and there's like that's not that person to share or talk to about whatever my day was like or whatever was going on in my life, or I'm coming home
Yes,
from work and talking about whatever. So that's when I'm feeling the aloneness more than the lonely.
right.
Yeah. And like you said, you can be in a crowd of people and still feel lonely.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
And have you felt anything because you and Harold come to church together. all the time. Does that feel any kind of way for you when you go to church now without him? How do you feel with that?
alone.
Yeah. Because he would be very attentive. You guys are coming there together. You'd be dressed nice, go up to the front row or whatever, and you would sit there together with him, and kind of like you was looking out for each other, almost like, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And it's I feel alone, but I'm surrounded by people who seem to understand
Mhm. Mhm.
what I'm going through. It's
Yeah.
almost as if they're reading my mind.
That's good. Yeah.
Um, because it was funny. I went to church Sunday before last, and sat where I normally sat, and I looked at the chair where Harold usually was.
Hmm.
In fact, he always was there. And I said, "Well, you're not here, oh buddy,
Hmm.
but you're here in spirit."
Hmm. Yeah. Did anybody sit in that chair?
No,
No one said that. Wow. Like you say, they like reading your mind, your thoughts, huh? They
right.
know this is
Nobody,
Harold's seat, huh?
right. Nobody sat there,
Wow. That's amazing.
which
That's
I found
good.
interesting.
Hmm. Have you experienced a lot of dreams about him or just his presence his presence kind of in any area of your house more than not? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, my house feels empty.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Um, Harold every morning would bring me a cup of tea
Mhm. Oh, really?
and sit it on the nightstand
Wow.
because he was an early person and I was a late person. So he'd wake up early in the morning, and every single morning there was a cup of tea
Hmm.
waiting for me.
Wow.
And I miss that. I think sometimes I miss that more than anything.
Mm. Not having a tea right there, huh? Yeah.
Just a cup of tea.
Hmm. That was just a sweet moment for you, how that he gave you just that tea sitting there kind of meant so much for you, huh?
Exactly.
Wow. Mm.
Exactly.
So who did the cooking, most of the cooking at the house?
Harold did the cooking.
Oh, really? He was a good cook?
He was a wonderful cook. I being from New Orleans, I cook a certain way,
Hmm.
and spicy food was not his bailiwick.
Oh, he didn't care for spicy foods.
No. So
Mm.
I said, then cook it yourself.
Oh, God, if you don't like what I got, then you pick your own. Huh? Look at you. I love that. Okay.
So he cooked, and the food was always delicious.
Mm.
I remember one time we went to my girlfriend's birthday party, and her friend had hired a chef
Oh, wow.
to come and cook.
Mm.
And for some reason, he didn't show up. He was sick or something. But he had all these people there and no cook. Harold said, "Don't worry about a thing. I got you."
Oh, he just rolled his sleeves up and got in there?
Harold rolled his sleeves up, and the food was off the chain.
Oh, my goodness. And he enjoyed cooking, huh?
He enjoyed cooking.
Wow.
He enjoyed cooking. I make a pineapple upside down cake, and I could never get the cake
To flip.
to flip.
Mm.
And Harold would always flip the cake. I haven't made a pineapple upside down cake since
Mm.
because I'm afraid it's gonna.
Stick. Mm. So he was quite the chef, huh?
Yeah, he was quite the chef. He, I remember he made for church. He
Hmm.
made pot of spaghetti. And I thought, spaghetti. But he put hot sausage in the spaghetti, turkey, ground beef. And I said, Harold, they're not going to eat all that spaghetti.
Mm.
They ate every bit of it.
Wow.
I mean, he
He's
was quite the cook.
Yeah.
He was quite the cook.
He can mix things up and make it taste good.
And
huh?
make it taste good.
Wow, that's really good. Did you guys have distinguished roles like he did something and you are, you know how gender roles, like he makes sure you do all of this or you make sure you do like indoor, outdoor, any of that stuff?
Carol was not an outdoor person,
Mm-hmm.
so we had to have a gardener. But he was an indoor person. Harold, we have wooden floors.
Mm-hmm.
Harold would mop all the floors.
Oh, he didn't mind doing housework, huh?
Harold would do all the laundry.
So what did you do? If he did all the work, what did you do?
I was sitting there, my
Looking
computer.
cute, huh? Looking cute. I know that's right. Yeah, that's good.
You know, I'd be gone doing things,
Mhm.
running around. But I could always count on him
Mm-hmm.
to prepare something. And if I didn't feel like cooking
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't feel like cooking, the first thing he'd say was, well, let's just order out.
Okay. Yeah.
There was never any, what do you mean you don't feel like cooking? I do most of the cooking
Mhm.
around here.
None of that, huh?
No.
Mhm.
Uh-uh.
So what are you doing now? Because that's a big spot in your house, in your heart, in your life. If dinners were together and you guys just either cooked together or went out together, how are you doing? How are you managing your cooking and eating? Are you making sure you're doing that? Or how's that?
Making sure I'm eating, but I'm not eating
Good
like
food, huh?
like the
Yeah.
good food Harold used to cook, or even I used to cook.
Yeah.
Um, it's hard to cook and set a table for one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I know I'm not a cook, and I didn't cook rarely when my husband was alive. And so I mean, I'm in the kitchen making some disastrous meals. It's like they literally are. I've been taking pictures, sending my kids, Mom, what is that? So that's a really big piece for me too, the cooking and the making sure making sure I'm eating something healthy every day.
Right. I try to eat something healthy every day, but like yesterday, I had errands to run and I was right next to a pizza place. I said, I
Mhm.
don't. So I went in and got a pizza, an individual pizza,
Yeah.
and that was my dinner.
Hmm.
That was it.
That was good.
And if I had been with Harold, it would have been with a salad
Hmm. Yeah,
or
make a meal out of it, huh? Yeah.
it would have been with a salad or a vegetable or
Hmm.
something. But I said my blessing, gobbled down the the pizza and took a nap.
Kept it going, huh?
Kept it going.
Kept it going. We hear that noise, but it's not gonna be recorded. So do you still wear your ring or did you ever take it off? Your wedding ring? Yeah.
I took my wedding ring off the day my husband died.
Mm. And you never put it back on?
And I just put my ring on day before yesterday.
What made you put it back on?
Harold's gone, but I feel like I'm still married to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have yet to even think about uh, another man in my life.
That was gonna be one of my questions. So yeah, you haven't even thought about
I
anything like
haven't.
that.
I I haven't given, I mean, I don't even give that a second thought.
Yeah. So in your thinking, you'll continue to keep the ring on and be married to Harold as long as you feeling like he's my husband. That's who I'm married to.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I put my ring back on.
What about his ring? What did you do with his ring?
I have it at home in the jewelry box.
Okay. Yeah. And have you moved any of his stuff? Have you packed up anything or moved anything?
My friends came over a week after Harold died, and they said it's time to get rid of some things.
Were you ready? Were you ready? They said it, but were you ready?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was. It was a reminder, too much of a reminder.
Yeah.
Harold died in the bathroom taking a bath,
Wow.
and I redid the bathroom,
You redid the whole bathroom?
the whole
Really?
bathroom.
Wow. Did that help you be able to kind of move through that area better for you?
It
Like,
did,
it did.
because I wouldn't go in there.
Okay. Mm.
Uh, there are still some things that I won't I won't do. Like they say, Harold always said when he died he wanted to be cremated,
Mhm.
and he wanted his ashes spread in the San Francisco Bay
Mhm.
because he was born in San Francisco.
Oh, really? So he's from California originally?
Originally, he was
Okay.
from California.
Made full circle, huh?
Yeah. And I can't get rid of,
The ashes.
I can't,
Mm.
I can't dispose of those ashes yet.
Mm. Do you have them like on the mantle on the table, like out? Like, what do you have?
No,
Okay.
I have them very close to me
In your room,
in
in
my
your bedroom.
room,
Okay.
and I'm not ready to dispose of those ashes yet.
And I think you absolutely should not do it until you are ready, until you feel you are ready to make it happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um,
What about clothes and stuff like that? He was a sharp dresser. What about all that stuff?
got rid of everything.
Got rid of everything. Really? Did you like donate it? What'd you do? Because I didn't never know what to do with all that. So what do you do? What did you do with it? Like donated it?
Donated it to a hospice
Mm.
organization.
Was he in hospice when he passed?
No,
No, he hasn't.
Harold died very suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
Harold was in bed, and I was running to the store to get a card for my nephew who was going to make his first communion the next day. And as I was walking out the door, um, he said, "Would you bring me some Diet Pepsis?" And I said, "Of course." And I went to the store, I got the card, I got the Diet Pepsi. I came home and he was dying.
Oh, just like that. So when you left the house, he was up and about,
He was up and about.
and you was gone no more than 15, 20 minutes, I'm
That's
thinking.
right.
And you came back.
And I came back and
He was
he,
dying.
I was like, he decided he was going to take a bath.
Hmm.
And when I walked in the house, I heard the water running. I said, "Harold, are you taking a bath?" And I didn't hear anything.
Mm.
And I went in the bathroom
Mm.
and he was there
In the bathtub.
in the bathtub.
And
And
you're not that strong to be able to get him out or help him get out, I'm sure,
I
right?
couldn't help him get out.
Hmm.
And I thought, you know, by the time I got there, he had what they call, or used to call, I don't know, the death rattles.
Mm. I know I think they still do. I remember my mom had it the night she had it.
It's
Yeah.
a gurgling.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
And I tried to keep his head above the
No.
water.
Hmm.
Um, and I was holding him.
Mm. So you taking both your hands to hold him, so there's no way you can even reach out for help or nothing. You just kind of
I just,
sit right there with him.
it was almost as if God said, "There's no reason to go and do anything.
Mm.
Just stay where you are.
Hmm. Sit right here. I got you. Just sit right
I
here
got you." And he took his last breath
in your arms.
in my arm.
Wow, that's pretty powerful. And so at some point, so when he took that last breath, then that's when you had to kind of let him go.
That's when I let him go. I dialed 911,
Mm.
and they sent a team out, and they worked on him for a half hour
Mm.
to bring him back.
Wow.
And finally, I knew he wasn't going to come back.
You know he was gone. Hmm.
It was interesting because they got him out of the bathtub, and there's a hall,
Hmm.
and they laid him on the floor. And of course, they covered him and everything.
Hmm.
And I put a pillow under his head
Oh, mm. Yeah. You want to be rest in peace, huh? Peaceful
as
rest.
if, as if to say, "Rest in peace."
Hmm. Mm.
And one of my good pillows,
What do
too.
you got? What am I good feelings? Look at you. It's fine, yeah. Mm.
And he didn't come back.
Hmm.
He
Now I'm
moved
gonna have
on.
actually a dumb question. So does that pillow still, is it still part of you, or do you feel like did it?
Every now and then I grab that pillow and
Mm.
hold it like it's Harold,
Hmm.
uh, and put it down and go about my business.
Yeah. Hmm. Do you have problems sleeping in the bedroom? And did you have problems sleeping in the same room when he first passed away?
No,
No. Okay.
no. As a matter of fact, the first night Harold died, I slept all night long,
Really? Slept straight through.
straight through.
Mm.
I believe God was with me or is with me, but at that particular time was with me all the way. I slept completely through. My son stayed over uh, for 3 days. And I said, "You might as well go home because I'm sleeping and I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine." And we making arrangements, and I had girlfriends and friends, and my son, uh, they did most of it because most of it, I guess I was in shock.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and I really wasn't cognizant of what was going on around me other than the fact that Harold wasn't
He
there.
wasn't that, yeah. Hmm. So your son probably was losing sleep, and you probably in the bed and knocked out, sleeping good, and he's worried about mama.
Absolutely.
Mm, wow.
Absolutely. He said, "Mama, everybody calls you. Nobody's calling me."
He said that. Nobody checking on me. Mama
Nobody's
checking on
checking
me.
on me.
Yeah.
I said, "I'm here for you, honey,
Hmm. Hmm.
and God is with you."
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
And
So was the funeral like a final thing of letting go? Was that kind of a hard place for
it
you?
was very
Yeah.
difficult. We had a memorial at, I live in Del Webb,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a memorial at Del Webb, and it
Okay.
was really nice.
Really?
It
Mm.
was really nice. And interestingly enough, I don't remember half the things that went on there.
Oh wow. Again, God shielded you. He was in his
Again,
arms. Yeah. You
you
got
know,
through it.
uh, I remember asking a guy, "Why didn't you speak?" And he said, "Marlene, I did.
Oh, you was not even present
I
mentally.
wasn't present.
Mm. Wow.
I wasn't there. I was
Mm-hmm.
there physically,
Mm-hmm. But mentally,
but
emotionally.
mentally, emotionally, I wasn't there."
Mm. So your son was really taking care of you the whole, because you kind of in your own mentally checked out. So clearly he had to be
My son was
thinking.
was
Mhm.
there
Mm.
for me, and he's still there for me.
Still, you live alone.
I live
Okay.
alone,
And he checks up on you,
and
makes
he
sure.
checks every day. He calls in the morning to say good morning,
Mm-hmm.
and he calls at night before he goes, "Mama, did you lock the door?"
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Uh, I said, "Look, just because I'm 82 doesn't mean I'm totally lost."
I know that's right. You can do, you know how to do life, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not totally lost, but no, I have a very good son.
Yeah, that's good. That's a blessing. So if you can choose one thing that has changed your life, that him not being present, that has really changed what you do, what you say, or whatever, drastically made a change. And you may have said it already. What would that one thing be that really like he's not there. This is different for me.
Being in that house alone.
Being in a house alone, being alone, yeah, in that house. Hmm.
Don't get me wrong, I love my house, and it's okay, but it's difficult
Yeah, because you're not alone.
because
Yeah.
I'm alone.
Because even when you're mad with your partner, they still in the house, right? Even if you don't want
Exactly.
to talk to them, they
They're
still in the
still
house,
there.
right? But it's like you ain't got nobody to fight with or nobody to be mad with. Just nobody's there, just you mad with yourself, fight with yourself,
That
right?
is correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
That is
Right.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's the difficult part.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's fun. Did you have in-laws? Did he have brothers or sisters or any siblings? Anybody that you had to deal with outside of him in this whole
Um, I dealt with my sisters
um,
because they wanted me to have a funeral, and
mhm.
I said, "No, I'm going to do what Harold wanted me to
Oh,
do."
that's what he wanted, a memorial.
He wanted a memorial. He wanted to be cremated.
Mm, okay.
Um, and his family uh, were outstanding. They were uh, they were just outstanding.
So I'm gonna at some point we're gonna be doing a whole session on just in-laws and how do we get through this. So you say they were outstanding. Can you say anything specifically that you felt like they were how helpful, whatever
They called.
they called? Okay.
They're in uh, the family he had left
Hmm.
was or is in North Carolina,
Hmm.
and they still call at least once a week,
Hmm.
sometimes once a day.
Oh wow, that's good. Hmm.
Um, or one will call once. It's almost as if they say, okay, you call today, I'll call tomorrow, and I'll call the next.
Somebody call, you
But
always get
somebody,
text.
I'm always being checked on. And they're waiting for me to come to North Carolina
To visit.
to visit.
Oh, wow.
And I will go to North Carolina to visit.
You think you will?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
without a
good.
doubt. I still feel like they're my family.
So your in-laws were really still part of you want them to continue to be part of your life.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
without
a
a doubt.
blessing. That's good.
Without a doubt.
Is there anything you want to share before we close off? You've been really good. We appreciate you talking with us. We appreciate you guys for listening. If you like what you heard, please press the share button. And again, press the subscribe button so that you will be contacted when the next podcast is released. This is Marlene. Did you want to have the last anything you'd like to say before we close out?
No, other than, well, yes.
What you want to say? There's a look on your face again. What's that?
We serve a mighty God.
Yes, we do. Yes.
And we have to put our trust and our faith in God, even though we're hurting at the time, because God has the master plan.
Yes. Yeah.
And Harold has had his master plan
Yeah.
when he took his last breath.
Mhm.
What God has in store for me, I have no idea. But I believe that his master plan will be whatever he chooses, and whatever he chooses is okay with me.
Good. That's good. And you would have never met me as close if this hadn't happened to both of us, probably, right?
That's exactly
We see
right.
each other in church all the
All
time,
the
but we
time.
never really had any real communication.
No
So
communication at all.
this is good for both of
So it's good
us.
for both of
Yeah.
us.
So this is a blessing. I love listening to you. I could just sit here all day and listen to you. I know we got to end it at some point, right? But this has been good for me.
I'm glad.
Thank you. All right.